their game on. Buie, looking, working, driving inside. Hook is good!
The improbable season has taken an impossible turn. Northwestern has beat number one.
I see you, Brooks. Stepping up big time.
And the Wildcats getting ready to shine their dancing shoes.
A fabulous year for Northwestern. Saw both Buie and Brooks Barnhizer, as well as Coach Chris Collins in that little montage there. Before we look ahead to this year, when you process last year, what was the best memory for each one of you?
The best memory for me was definitely probably that Purdue game. Just seeing all the fans come out and support, and then be able to rush the court and celebrate that win with us for sure.
I think for me it had to have been a tournament. You dream about getting there with that group. It was unbelievable, and that was definitely my favorite moment. Dream come true.
Chris.
Yeah, obviously the atmospheres in Welsh Ryan. You know, it was something we had hoped when we built that arena that we would get that level of support and to see the students come out. But I would say with Brooke, to be able to experience Selection Sunday with these guys, you had guys that had been through the journey of 4 years that had to start kind of from the bottom and work their way up. So to be able to experience that and go play in the postseason was really special.
Tell me a little bit about how you build on that. I know, the last time you guys made the tournament, the next year wasn't great. And there were a lot of extenuating circumstances, not the least of which was where you had to play that season. It certainly wasn't the atmosphere that you guys had in Welsh Ryan last year. But that being said, it just felt like the chemistry was never quite there with that group. So how do you appreciate what happened last year, but not allow that kind of backslide and say, hey, we got to build?
Yeah, well, hopefully I'll coach them a little bit better, than I did that last team. And I didn't think I did a great job, after a great year kind of coming back.
Right.
Some of the things that I could have done, you always look within yourself. How could I have helped? I think being 6 years older and more wiser and being in more games and all those things, hopefully I can help lead these guys. But we have a new group. I think that's been exciting. We do have 6 guys returning from last year's team, but we have 6 new players. So I think when you integrate new personalities and kind of new guys developing roles, I think our guys understand it's a whole new team. And even though we have 4 kind of starters back, we still are very new. We're figuring each other out. We got some new pieces, and I think the guys are excited. Like, it's a new year. These guys know I don't talk about last year. I told them I'm not going to. This is a new journey, a new pursuit, and that's how we're going to approach it.
One of the things that was really interesting as last year went along was that you guys developed a clear identity. And that identity was on the defensive end of the court. And I'm not sure others from the outside saw that coming. How do you carry that forward, Brooks? How do you keep that toughness and that mentality, particularly given that Chase Audige, who really was on that end of the court and was Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year, and he's not here anymore?
Yeah, I think it's just trusting our coaches, and getting back to our principles. And, it's kind of like a next guy up mentality. Chase was a great player. We're going to miss him. But now there's new opportunity for other people to come in and, be physical, buy into our defense. And, hopefully we can just, be the same defensive team, if not better, because, we have another year doing the same kind of things, listening to Coach CeeLo and Coach Collins and all of our assistants. I think we just got to listen to what they want us to do, buy in completely, and, the sky's the limit in that case.
The challenges were really on the offensive end, Boo, and this team didn't always shoot the ball great. Like, how have you seen that come around here in the preseason, and maybe who are some of the new pieces that could help you there?
Yeah, no, definitely. We definitely struggled offensively last year, but, I think adding Ryan Langborg and, Justin Mullins and Blake Preston, we can really add some more athleticism, in transition, running down the floor. And Ryan Langborg, he can really bring the shooting to the table, and, he can make plays for other guys. He's another older guy who just knows what he's doing. And, I think so far, just in this preseason, we've been really shooting it and moving it well, playing really well connected, and the offense has been flowing really well. So,
how much pressure do you feel? I mean, you were a preseason All-American. I mean, there's some 5-man preseason All-American teams that you are on, right? So, I mean, we are talking about not just, well, he's 5th team or whatever. Like, no, 1st team, right? I mean, to be thought of at that level versus kind of the journey that you've taken through your career, like, how much pressure do you feel to be mentioned in that way?
I mean, yeah, I don't really feel any pressure, I kind of just, like Brooks said earlier, just trusting the coaches and trusting my teammates, and, make sure that I'm here every day for them, and just trying to stay present in the moment and just work on my craft to continue to get better every day.
Brooks, I think back to being here a year ago, and Boo was here with Chase and Coach Collins, and I said to them, tell me a player who's made a big jump. And they all said, oh, Brooks Barnhizer is going to have a really good year. And you did. And you particularly did down the stretch. I mean, it really felt like you just hit another gear. What happened there? Like, how did it all click for you?
I think it started it was actually before Big Ten play. I remember Coach kind of came up to me and was saying that, you know, we believe in you and you just got to start playing with confidence and being yourself. And because, you know, if you're yourself, everybody else is going to benefit from it. So I remember UIC game, I had a pretty good game. And that was the first time I saw, like, okay, I can come out here and be a good player. You know, just witnessing that, you know, firsthand meant everything for me. And then, you know, once I finally got more comfortable, and then Big Ten play hit, and, you know, teams' game plans were like, okay, I'm going to try to take away Buie and Chase. So somebody had to step up and try to take pressure off those guys. And that's just all I was trying to do. And that's what my team needed me to do. So Coach gave me that confidence, and I just went out there and played my game.
So since you two were soothsayers last year, right, you predicted the emergence of Brooks Barnhizer, I'm going to ask all three of you, I suppose, the same question. Who can take a big step this year?
Actually, I think it's a guy who's been a key guy for us. I think Ty Berry. You know, I think Ty last year kind of quietly played a big role for us, but didn't shoot the ball great. You know, I mean, and that's something we know he does at a really high level. But his emergence as a defender, as a playmaker, as a rebounder, energy guy for us, I see him getting back to that level we know he can be as a shooter. And, you know, I think he's going to be a lot of people are talking about Boo and talking about Brooks, you know, and obviously Ryan coming in is going to have a big role. But I think Ty is equally important, especially as a guy who's a senior and has played in a lot of games.
You guys have a candidate for that this year, the emerging star?
Yeah, I would agree with Coach. You know, I would say Ty Berry, you know, because last year I know he didn't shoot it as well as he would have liked to. But, you know, this offseason and leading into our preseason work, you know, he's really been playing really well. So I'm excited to see what year he's going to have.
I want to ask you one last question. You talked a little bit about it both when you were at the podium and here at the very beginning of our session. But the student support, I mean, it was crazy last year. I did that Purdue game. I mean, you know, people were like hanging from the rafters. They've had to completely change the way they're allocating tickets for the game this year because the demand is so high. The students literally now have to earn points to get themselves tickets for your games. What does that support mean?
Man, it means everything. I mean, I think it's just a testament to where our program's going, and, you know, I just, you know, I love that our fans buying like that. It means everything to us, you know. Going out there with a home court advantage and everybody's so into it, it means the world. I mean, I know how these two feel. It's the same way, but it was just so cool to see that for our whole program and for our school.
All right, well, congratulations. Had a fabulous year last year. Looking forward to seeing what's next for the Wildcats this year. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.